So Craig Lomax is towed in. It's going to be 3 drivers only for the restart of 1A for the MSA Super Nationals, and in pole position it is the Vauxhall VX220 at number 2 Gary Dixon. Alongside him, veteran campaigner number 14 Tony Lynch in the BMW Mini, and completing the front rank the BMW E30 at number 52 Gary Simpson. Paige Bellaby is out in her Lotus for this one, and also Alan Tapscott in the Corsa. Paige Bellaby makes her traditional fast start, and she's going to go into the lead into Clervaux for the first time. She goes through up the inside. There's one car we are missing from the grid for this one. That's Todd Crooks in his BMW Mini. Hasn't made it out for this one. So Paige Bellaby in the Lotus it is who leads the way. The daughter of Dave Bellaby, who we saw in the RX 150s, and sister of Drew in the juniors. Gary Simpson, who won the opening round of the championship here at Croft, is in second place in his BMW, and round the outside goes Tony Lynch in the BMW Mini. Can he get the car stopped in time for the hairpin? Yes, he can. Ahead of Alan Tapscott from Devon in the rear-wheel drive Corsa. And further back behind them, we have Gary Dixon in the VX220. Paige Bellaby leads them by 1.2 seconds ahead of Gary Simpson. Just the 5 starters for this one. It should have seen Todd Brooks in the BMW Mini out in this segment of the heat. And we also should have seen the Vauxhall Nova of Darren Grimston, but neither of those have made it out for this one. So the field getting quite well spaced out then in this Heat 1A for the MSA Super Nationals. The championship contenders will be out in Heat 1B. Dan Rook in the blue Citroen AX and Gareth Woods red Ford KA. Currently around 14 points, if I remember rightly, separating those two in the championship. Tony Lynch has dropped back now slightly in his BMW Mini, down into 4th place behind Alan Tapscott. Still your leader is Paige Bellaby in number 33. She won round 5 at Mondello Park in Ireland. Gary Simpson, only 9th in the championship. He won a round earlier this season but missed the trip to Ireland with engine. Scott's behind him. He's 3rd in the championship in number 91. It's a very outside chance he's got of catching the top 2. Having a go here for 2nd place in this segment of the heat on the back of Gary Simpson's classic BMW E30, very similar to the car that Ludwig Hunspett used to campaign in the European Championship, that Beamer. Tony Lynch in the BMW Mini is 4th as Simpson slides the BMW. He slid it too much, he lost it coming out of the hairpin. Cloud of dust, he rejoins having lost a place. Where's he going? Gary Simpson, has he got some damage there? Has he got some steering damage or a puncture maybe? Or whatever, it looks like he's out of the run. So, Paige Bellaby with the lead ahead of Tapscott. It looks as though Gary Simpson is out of the race, unfortunately. Tapscott there in 2nd place. There's Simpson, he's come to a stop, so I reckon it's either his steering broke, a drive shaft broke, or he's got a puncture. So your leader is 33 Paige Bellaby. Here she comes in the Lotus Exige. Tapscott in 2nd, then Lynch and Dixon further back. Down into the hairpin they come for the final time. It's going to be a win for Paige Bellaby, and she'll set the benchmark time for Heat 1B to beat in this first heat for the Super Nationals. Bellaby wins at a time of 3:24.9. 2nd place goes to Alan Tapscott, 3.8 seconds further back. Tony Lynch in 3rd. Further back in 4th place it will be Gary Dixon. Gary Simpson, meanwhile, of course, was a retirement. We can see him. Don't know what the problem was. Something broke on the BMW there. Yeah, recovered. The number 52 of Gary Simpson, the Yorkshire Terrier, as he's known, in the long grass on the infield. While Gary awaits recovery, we'll take a look at the grid for MSA Super National Heat 1B. It reads like this. Number 15, Mike Howlin, the Welshman in his Ford Fiesta, will be in pole position. Alongside him, one of our championship contenders, Gareth Wood, in the Ford KA. Alongside him will be his championship rival, the points leader, in the 1.6 litre Citroen AX, number 40 from Devon, Dan Rook. On the 2nd row, number 11, Guy Corner. Good to have Guy back in the championship with his Peugeot 206. Have not seen him, I think, since the first meeting at Pembrey earlier this year when he didn't even manage to get off the grid thanks to engine problems. And alongside him will be the reigning champion, number 1. There he is, Stuart Emery for this one. No Todd Crooks, no Mike Howlin. Championship contenders are both there, as are Stuart Emery and Gary Simpson. There's Darren Grimston with the Vauxhall Nova as well, another man who missed the first heat. Gary Simpson, problems with the BMW, put him out of heat 1. He needs a good result here. First heat, of course, won by Dan Rook ahead of Stuart Emery and Mike Howlin. Cars about to move up onto the grid then. Nice to take a closer look at some of our Super National runners there. The variety in this formula, absolutely fantastic. Looking at the grid for our second heat, we don't seem to have Alan Tapscott either on the assembly area there. So he hasn't suffered a problem. So, MSA Super National Heat number 2A on the grid. Then in pole position, Stuart Emery with the Peugeot 206. David Ewan on the front row along with him. No Todd Crooks, though, the BMW Mini absent from the front row. And on the second row of the grid, we've got 96 Gareth Wood and Dan Rook in number 40. The pair fighting for the championship. And Gary Simpson in his BMW on row 3 with Mike Howlin in the Fiesta missing. Away we go with Heat 2A. It's a good start from the back of the grid by Gareth Wood there from the second row. He's right out onto the grass as they head down towards Clervaux for the first time. Rook has got through with him. The championship contenders from the second row into the lead. It's Rook in the Citroën who leads into Clervaux for the first time. Gareth Wood in second place. Gary Simpson's come from the back into third place in the BMW. A poor start for Stuart Emery. He's down to fourth in the Peugeot ahead of David Ewan in the Fiesta. Through the chicane they come then for the first time into the back straight. Stuart Emery having a go at Gary Simpson's BMW for third place. He goes through as they go down the straight up into third. The outgoing champion this year, Stuart Emery in the number 1 car. He's only 5th in the points coming into this final round of the championship. It's either Dan Rook or Gareth Wood who will lift the championship this year. And they're in first and second places. Dan Rook has it in his hands at the moment. He keeps up this form, he will be the champion. Wait and see what happens when the finals come round. It's the second lap then. 1.3 seconds in it as they completed lap 1 between Rook and Gareth Wood. David Ewan going very wide there. I thought he was going to go straight into the tyre wall there in the blue Ford Fiesta. As Gary Simpson fights back, retakes Stuart Emery for third place coming through the chicane. And Gary Simpson's BMW back up into third. Down towards the hairpin they come then for the second time. Still your leader is Dan Rook as Simpson sideways. This is where he lost it in Heat 1. Holds it together this time. David Ewan closing back up again in the Fiesta. Dan Rook leads the way then by nearly 2 seconds now ahead of Gareth Wood. Here comes Emery. A terrific fight going on for third place. Emery up the inside. Gary Simpson rather closes the door, bounces over the chicane and holds that third place through the right-hander at Hawthorn. David Ewan keeping a watching brief as the BMW and the Peugeot fight for third place. Two cars of very different eras. It's the little Citroën AX who leads the way. 1.6 litre Picasso engine under the bonnet for Dan Rook. 2.3 litre Ford KA in second. Round the hairpin to start the final lap then. David Ewan there in the beautiful blue Ford Fiesta. It's the last lap. The lead is now to 2.5 seconds for Dan Rook over Gareth Wood. He's got this one in the bag. See how his time compares to that of Heat 2B when that has been run. Emery and Simpson continuing to fight tooth and nail for third place. Emery has it at the moment and he's pulling away from Simpson's BMW now. Took the place down the back straight last time through, but leading by a clear margin down the back straight. Here is Dan Rook. He wins here and gets a particularly fast lap in. He will have one hand on the championship trophy for MSA Super National in his first full season of rallycross as well. Here he comes across the line. Dan Rook takes Heat 2A for the Super Nationals. Second will be Gareth Wood in the Ford KA. Then Stuart Emery in third, ahead of Gary Simpson and David Ewan. The eventual gap was over 5 seconds for Dan Rook over Gareth Wood. That is fantastic by the Citroën driver. So dominance there from Dan Rook as we await Heat 2B.